Welcome to the first black church here in Houston, Texas. That's right. It's Trinity Methodist Church, discovered and opened up in 1869. When it did open up, it was a lot of slaves that helped open up that church of Trinity United Methodist Church. And you're looking at it right now, but right now it's located on the corner of Holman and Live Oak. But the original location before it got burned down was on the corner of Bell and Travis Street, over there where Foley's used to be at. And they moved over here in 1951 because when they first opened up the church in 1869, it could not move over here in Third Ward because this was a predominantly white neighborhood. And we will go and show you the history of Third Ward, Untold Part 2. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for all of your support. All right, you're looking at St. Nicholas Catholic Church. We're right here on the corner of Clay and St. Charles. And St. Nicholas was the first Catholic church here for blacks in Houston. And St. Nicholas was founded in 1887. But when it was, the first original location was downtown. All of the churches was downtown. The first Methodist church was downtown, the first Catholic church, and the first Baptist church. But this was the first Catholic church, right here, St. Nicholas. And it was opened in 1887. But the original location was on Shinnerbert and Lamar. And just like the other church, Trinity United Methodist Church, it got burned down from downtown. And quite natural, they moved over here to Third Ward. And this has been the home of St. Nicholas Catholic Church since 1924, right here on the corner of St. Charles and Clay. And as we look over here, and there is the famous building of the Hobby family, which was the first newspaper, was the Houston Post, right there. And it would be on the corner of Dowling and Pope. But as you can see how far and how big it was. And the Houston Post was the first newspaper to come to Houston. And the Hobby family invested so much into Houston. And they also bought the first radio station here in Houston, which was KPRC 950 AM. And they bought the first television station here in Houston, Texas, which was KPRC in 1949. That's why KPRC is celebrating 70 years of broadcasting, thanks to Mr. William P. Hobby, who they named the Hobby Airport after. He was our governor here in the state of Texas. And right here at the Houston Post, they gave a lot of blacks jobs right here. A lot of blacks used to have jobs working in the Houston Post, and the Hobby family, when they bought the newspaper and they bought this big building out here, they bought it out here so they can employ a lot of blacks. And welcome to the first black Baptist church, Antioch Baptist Church, 1875. It's when they opened the sanctuary here, and the first pastor to organize the sanctuary was Reverend Jack Yates, Reverend Henry Jack Yates, and this is Antioch, the first black Baptist church, 1875. And it is downtown. It is the only black church that's still downtown. The other two black churches, evidently they got burned down or something happened, but they had to all move to Third Ward. Everybody moved to Third Ward except Antioch Baptist Church, which is still downtown, part of downtown Houston. As we take our time and zoom on around to the 3 Allen Center. That's right. 3 Allen Center. That's the home of the Allen family. The Allen family is the one who discovered Houston, Texas. The Allen family is the one who helped Reverend Jack Yates in building this church. This is the property that the Allen family sold to the Antioch Baptist Church. And the Allen family is still part of our city. They are still part of our city. I don't know how many generations, but I do know the second generation was good friends of the Jack Yates family. And they were real negotiated with Reverend Jack Yates when they bought to purchase that land where Emancipation Park is today, on the corner of Dowling, and Elgin, which is now Emancipation and Elgin. But this is Antioch Baptist Church, the oldest and the first black Baptist church, and the second church to be built, because Trinity United was the first, Antioch was the second, which was a Baptist, and the last was St. Nicholas. As we gloom around the 3 Allen Center, all of this is part of the Allen Center. And the Allen family is the one who discovered Houston, Texas in 1836. We're alive right here in the 2900 block of Holman, historical block of Holman, the first black school here in 3rd Ward, Edward L. Blackshear Elementary School. 1916 is when they built Blackshear, the first school to go up in 3rd Ward. And as we go around here, we will show you how historical this part of 2900 block of Holman is, because in 1927, 11 years later, they built the first and only black hospital in 3rd Ward, and it was called Negro General Hospital. As we looking at the Negro General Hospital, it opened up in 1927, 11 years. 1 year after Jack Yates. As we go around here at the historical mark of the Negro General Hospital, which was the first and only hospital in 3rd Ward. All the kids that was born in the 1930s and 40s and 50s was born right here at the Houston Negro. As we zoom in at the Houston Negro Hospital, opened up in 1927, and is right here on the corner of Holman and Elgin, which was part of a medical center that we had for blacks here in 3rd Ward. And as we go walking around here, we show you right on that corner there was Elgin, well, right there was Kelly's Drugstore. See, all they had down here was drugstores, and over there in the other 2800 block of Holman, you had all the doctors over there. Dr. Allen, Dr. Madison, Dr. Minor, all your black doctors was right here. And then on the other end, as we zoom on around, Edward L. Blackshear. Then on the other end of Holman, you had all your places where you could buy flowers at for the people. And all the babies that was born here in 3rd Ward between the really in the 20s and 30s and 40s up to the 50s was born right here at Negro General Hospital. And at Negro General Hospital, it went all the way back to Elgin. And then in the middle was a bunch of what they call sheets, all back up in there. And they are keeping this historical building in the front, and they're keeping the historical building in the back, which is Elgin. And then on each corner, they had drugstores. Right here on the corner of Holman and Ennis, you had Kelly's Drugstore. And then up there on the corner of Elgin and Ennis, you had Elgin Drugstore. So they could get all their medication right there as soon as they leave the hospital. And one thing really is real important about the Negro General Hospital, every year, the Cullen family, that's Roy Cullen and also his wife, Liddy Cullen, they would donate $1 million just to the Negro General Hospital, and they also donated another $1 million out there in 5th Ward for the St. Elizabeth Hospital. That's the Cullen family. That's why everything you see in every hospital you go to will have something that have Cullen on it. And that's Roy Cullen and his wife, Liddy Cullen. They would donate $1 million a year to this Negro General Hospital. As we go down 3rd Ward in the history, Untold History Part 2 of 3rd Ward, first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for all of your support, and I hope you and your family have a happy holidays. And as we go down here, when blacks was moving in here in the late 50s and early 50s, and they had to give blacks this school, which was called a Johnston School, which was the first junior high school in 3rd Ward. But they couldn't keep the name of Johnston because the name of Johnston was a white school, and they transferred and built them a new school on the other side of town in Southwest. But right over here was part of 3rd Ward. And blacks started coming out here in the late 50s, in the early 50s and the late 50s. In the 50s when the blacks started moving over here. And all of this back up in here used to be white folks until the late 50s. That means 55, 56, 57. In fact, it was getting even white stayed on the other side of Alameda. All that was whites. Blacks didn't start staying over there until the early 60s. But all up and down Alameda here, Rosewood, all this stuff was beginning to be blacks in the late 50s. And it was getting so bad where that the white had to move out of this junior high school. And we're going down Alameda. And right over there is Peggy Park. Okay, Peggy is Peggy McGregor. Her husband is George McGregor, who they named McGregor Park after, who they named the street McGregor after. Okay, that's his wife, Peggy. And right over here is Peggy Park, Peggy McGregor. And then over here was William E. Miller. But it used to be Johnston Junior High School, and it was the first black school, junior high school that we had over here. And they gave us this school because Yates was getting so crowded with the people in Sunnyside and Third Ward going over there. They had to give us another junior high school and give us our first junior high school, which was William E. Miller. And now you're looking at it right there, William E. Miller, right here on the corner of Cleburne and Shinneburg. Remember how Shinneburg used to go all the way in? That's Shinneburg again. That's what William E. Miller was, right there. They gave blacks that school in 1957. And the following year, they built Jack Yates a new school and gave us a second junior high school, which was James G. Ryan. James G. Ryan opened up in 1958. William Miller, right there, opened up in 1958 when they gave it to us. And Mr. William Miller used to be a principal at Colored High, which was eventually turned into Booker T. Washington. But as we go down here, all of this was predominantly blacks in the late 50s. By the early 60s, all of this was blacks. All back up in here. Hutchins and Cleburne, all the way down. Okay, right now we're going down Leland Street. And Leland Street, all the blacks were staying all back up in here. And right up there was Oak Farm Dairy. And they hired a lot of blacks to come to work over there to help in that company, which is Oak Farm Milk. And they had Oak Farm ice cream. All right there at the dairy, right there on the corner of Leland and Scott. And as you can see, it's still Oak Farm Dairy. And they hired nothing but blacks that worked inside. In fact, one of the best friends I ever had, like a grandfather to me, Perry Land, was the first black to be able to drive a truck for Oak Farm. He had all his sons working at Oak Farm at one time or another. Carlton Land, Chester Land, Cecil Land, they all worked there at Oak Farm. This is Antioch Baptist Church. And we're doing so much about Antioch Baptist Church. Not only the Reverend Henry Jack Yates was the first minister to organize the church and used to teach school here before they opened up Colored High, which was right down the street from Antioch, which was the first high school here black high school here in the city of Houston. But as we look around, and I can't help but to admire what the Allen family have done to our city. And they the one who founded, they four parents found this city. And today, the family is still keeping up with Houston. This is 3 Allen Center that you're looking at right now, part of the Allen family in downtown Houston. And as we look around, and the thing about the Allen family, it's a generation have brought this city to where it is today. I'm so happy for the Allen family. I'm so happy to be part of it, Houston, that I am really actually crying. Thank you, Allen family, for all you've done for this city and all that you're still doing for this city. And your family, Augustus Allen and John Allen, is up in heaven looking down on the generation of Allen family and how much they have improved this city to the fourth largest city in the country with a black mayor, Sylvester Turner. It don't get no better than that. Thank you.